Hi, Miss Goldstein. My name is Jeff Baker, and I'm going to be doing the project Deliverable 3. The project for week 5 we had to do to research on the saying, "As the twig is bent, so grows a tree." Some information I found on one saying, "As a twig is bent, so grows a tree," and is quoted by Stephen Robles. The saying is 281 years old. The saying came about in the year 1732. The saying means, "A man may bend a wand while it's green, and makes it straight though to be near so crooked." And another means, "'Tis education forms the common mind, just as the twig is bent, the tree is inclined." It applies to human growth and development because it explains how humans grow in a tree format, meaning all of our lives branch off in many different directions or roadways. Research shows that children's values, self-confidence, and behavioral patterns are shaped very early in their lives. Learning about the saying, "As a twig is bent, so grows the tree," made me realize that people are right when they say that it gets worse before it gets better. Eventually, the tree of life will work out in our favor. The project for week 7, we had to find a recent news article about a life event of an individual. I did mine on Nick Vujicic, who is a public speaker who was born with tetraamelia syndrome, which is a birth defect that makes you born with no limbs. Imagine if you had to get around and do all the activities you do on a daily basis, but without any arms or legs. It would be a lot harder. Nick is trying to spread awareness and hope to people that life is what you make it, and it's not just another day. What happened to Nick, being born without any legs or arms, would be very difficult to do anything. Try going to the grocery store just to go out and get food. You would need help. Matter of fact, you would honestly need help with everything you do. Nick, when he was younger, had to battle with depression and loneliness, going through school as an adolescent, and difficult for normal children, which is already hard for normal children. Now put yourself in his shoes and do everything you do every day with no limbs. He was stared at everywhere he went. Bullying was the case. Bullying was a huge case in his adolescent stages. Nick is 31 years old and still has a while to go. His developmental stage is the same as normal 31-year-olds, but he was going through life without limbs. Behaviorism, as a young adult, he was always depressed and lonely, but as he got older, he found that he could help people and spread awareness about how he lives and how people know that life is awesome, and tell people that life is awesome and make it the way you want to make it. His genetic code would make it a 50-50 chance. If he would have a kid with his wife, he would have a chance of his children being like him, but his wife's code might not let that happen. Nature is always going to be hard to live in without a disorder. But if you look at life like Nick, then life would be great. Nurturing the ones you love and taking care of them, Nick does the best he possibly can with what God gave him. Nick is a very good man from what I have read, and think he is doing awesome trying to keep talking to the world and let him know about his disease and how he takes care of it and how he lives his daily life.